Well, hello everybody. It's the weekly Shenanigans with Hope Bevelheimer, and this week is Hope Shenanigan Mode 101. That's going to be the name and the title of all of my speeches and things like that. Today's thing is on how to chop off your leg and live. And for everybody out there, little information about me. I was born with bilateral club feet. So what that means is both my feet were experienced club feet. The left leg was just a little bit, I had to have that cast when I was a kid, so they would twist it and cast it, twist it and cast it. And then my other leg, which was my right leg, it was upside down and turned backwards, and everybody's like, well, what does that mean? It kind of looked like a hook, and it touched the back of, it looked like a hook. It was like, I'll post pictures later and you can see. Anyways, through the experience of my life, I started having surgeries when I was 2 months old, and then I experienced up to 29 surgeries by the age of 26. So I was in and out of the hospital. I was also missed a lot of school. I was homeschooled for most of the time, and so I had a lot of surgeries, a lot of pain, a lot of discomfort growing up. And at the age of 26, my doctor sat down with me because I couldn't handle the pain no more. And the best way for me to describe the pain to you is that it's like taking a hammer and slamming your thumb with it, and that throbbing, aching pain that goes after you slam your thumb or something like that. That's what I was experiencing in my leg 24/7. The pain wouldn't go away. So my doctor sat down with me and he said, you have some options. We can continue having these surgeries, which in your future you could end up being in a wheelchair. You could end up having tons more surgeries, or, and he put the other option, he said, or we can amputate. Well, I was 26 years old, and while most people are like, experiencing having a family or purchasing a home or advancing in their career, I'm now being offered about having my leg amputated. It was a very difficult decision. It was not something that I just woke up and said, hey, I want to do this. I had to weigh out the pros and the cons of having my leg amputated. So in 2002, I decided to have my right leg amputated below the knee. Well, with this experience, I was able to learn some things. And so this that I'm going over with how to chop off your leg and live is a 2-part series. So today I'm going to go over some body aspects, and then next week's is going to be more of mental aspects of everything. The thing is I need to put a disclaimer out there. No, I'm not recommending you go out and chop off your leg. If you decide to do that, you're ding dong and you deserve whatever comes your way. So that's the disclaimer of, I'm not encouraging you to chop off your leg, but this is kind of a metaphor of what to do if you have to experience something like this. So the first lesson I learned about chopping off my leg is that the body is super resilient. Number one, again, your body is super resilient. I was told when I had to have my leg amputated that I'd be in the hospital for 14 to 21 days. The day I had it amputated, I was up playing video games. I was happy the pain had been released from me. And there's something that I do, and it's all in a mental aspect of this, is if I'm experiencing excruciating pain, or if I am having stuff that is like I can't handle it and it's too much pain, I mentally go somewhere else. I find something that I'm happy about. I think about somebody or something that makes me super happy, and it helps me relieve the pain. The thing is our bodies can take so much, and we just don't allow them to take it. We think that, it's the end, or this is an excruciating pain, and we just don't give our bodies enough credit that they can handle a lot of stuff. So the first thing, again, I learned is our bodies are super resilient. Again, I was supposed to be in the hospital for 14 days to 21 days. I had the leg amputated. I started decreasing the pain. The pain started decreasing. I started decreasing taking my medication, and I was not kicked out, discharged from the hospital within 5 days of having my leg amputated. Why? Because I allowed my body to be resilient. This body of mine has gone through so much growing up. I've experienced a traumatic brain injury. I've had kidney failure. I've had an amputation and 30 surgeries on my leg. I have no tonsils. I have no appendix. My body has been through a lot. But every time I experience something of that, I just think in my head how strong we are. We are born resilient. We're born warriors, and we're born strong. So just take in consideration that our bodies are resilient. And if you're experiencing physical pain or anything like that, just keep in the back of your head that you can get through this. And if you need to take your mind somewhere else to get past all of that, then please do that, all right? The second thing I learned from having my leg amputated is optimism. And optimism is the key to having and healing better. If you are not optimistic about anything that you're experiencing, you're going to have a longer recovery time, a longer process with anything that you're experiencing. The thing is you have to be optimistic about everything. And I'm going to go back to my amputation. The day I was getting discharged, I was sitting in the hospital. And I was sitting in the wheelchair waiting for them to finish up the paperwork. And anybody that's been in the hospital knows that paperwork is absolutely ridiculous. And so I was sitting in the hospital waiting to be discharged. And I could hear crying. I just could hear this sobbing crying. And I could hear somebody kept saying, I can't do this. I don't want to do this. And I looked, and there was an older lady standing next to the bed of a younger girl, probably between 13 to 16, this girl. And she had just had her arm amputated. And so I was just like sitting there, and I'm like, I gotta talk to this person. I gotta go in. I knocked on the door. Well, I wheeled in and knocked on the door, and I said, hey, can I come in? And she's like, yeah, come on in. And I explained to her who I was and why I was there and about my amputation and everything like that. And I looked at the girl and I said, can I ask why you're crying? And she said, my life is over. I can't do this. There's nothing I can do on this earth anymore. My life is over. And I said, I want to say something without offending you. And she's like, all right, go ahead. And I said, your life is not over. Your life, you have one thing going for you right now, and that is you're still alive. You are still breathing. There is still air coming into you. I said, they didn't cut off your life when they cut off your arm. They didn't cut off my life when they cut off my leg. And I believe strongly that with optimism and a positive outlook on anything that you're experiencing, even if it's the most crappiest thing that you could ever experience in this life, will bring you benefit of growing and being able to handle anything that comes your way. So these are my two things. There's more things that can go with it, but I'm going to go into that more next week. I don't want to take these speeches and make them super long for you. But anyways, so the two things. Remember, your body is super, super resilient. If you're experiencing physical pain, emotional pain, anything like that, you can handle it. You're a warrior. You were born a warrior, and you're going to be a warrior. Number two, please have a positive outlook on anything that's coming your way. I know sometimes you're just like, how can I look at this positively? How can I see this? When I had my leg amputated, I didn't know what was coming. I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know if I'd be successful in a prosthetic. I didn't know anything. And now look where I'm at. I'm in the middle of Philadelphia on the USA women's sled hockey team. And I'm experiencing things that I would never, ever be able to experience in this life. So I want to give a shout out to Rachel. She said, hey, Hope. Hey, Rachel. I hope everybody has an amazing day. And look next week on how to chop off your leg and live. This will be a 2-part series. Next week is more into the mental aspects of it. If you guys have any questions or you want to know anything about how to, how you can have some hope or encouragement in this life, hit me up. Hit me up through Facebook. I do have a YouTube channel. It's called Hope Bevelheimer. Just look me up. All these are going to be posted on the YouTube channel as well. And I wish you all a blessed day, and keep on hoping and keep on living and keep on enjoying this life that's been put in front of us. Have a blessed day, everyone.